I need, you know how it is, empty theater. I don't work here. I'm just looking around for some good old fashioned left behind wallets. You know, you gotta look behind the seat for wallets type shit. Oh, fuck. Wallets, phones. You know, maybe I'll find a little credit card. Oh, yeah, Spider-Man hoodie. Oh, this is the highest value item that I could have ever even fucking imagined finding. Oh yeah. We got some drinks, some roofied drinks. Someone didn't want popcorn. Hey, if I found something this valuable, who's to say I'm not about to find an iPhone 27? Tom Holland is the most current Spider-Man, arguably the least favorite of the Spider-Mans. Tom is short, and if he dresses like a nerd, he just looks like Tom Holland dressed like a nerd. Tobey Maguire. This is my favorite Spider-Man. I love Tobey. Tobey is God. Tobey is love. Tobey is life. Tobey is such a good Spider-Man that when I was in Head Start and I went to the park with my Spider-Man book bag, it got stolen and all the contents were dumped inside of a trash can and the bag went missing. Andrew Garfield. Now this hacker, he is arguably the worst Spider-Man too. Everyone puts Tobey first or second. You can't say that Tobey's your least favorite, or else you're just a plebeian. You were probably born like 5 years ago. Honestly, Andrew's movies were kind of like, I don't know, the villains just seem low budget. Like literally, he says it in in the film. He's like, I'm lame. I just fought a Russian guy in a rhino costume. You guys got to fight aliens? So whoever was directing the movie definitely saw this meme and they took inspiration from that. Because if you don't want to be spoiled, you're gonna get spoiled. All three of them are in the movie, and that's so whack. I don't know, because all three of them in one movie couldn't manage to be better than than some of them singularly in the movie. Not to mention that there were villains from other universes in this movie, and Doctor Strange made an appearance. For Doctor Strange made the movie. What's with, like, I understand that they're trying to make a cinematic universe that's like cohesive. They have a plan. It's all going together. It's canonical. But literally, why? Like, if I go watch a Spider-Man movie, I don't think I need to see like an apocalyptic, like cataclysmic, possible like world breaker event every single time just because there needs to be like a huge threat. Like we saw Spider-Man fight Thanos, so now everything needs to be again at least on the level of being able to destroy the world. Like literally, Marvel just put Doctor Strange in there because he's like one of the like more known but still more like just powerful to the point where, like, I don't know, if you don't know about power scaling, then there's no point in saying words to describe his power. But Doctor Strange is just like on a totally different level than most of the other Avengers. Only like Thor and Hulk are even remotely on his level, and that's if we're talking about like the comics. Like there's really strong amalgamations of like World Breaker Hulk, or that version of Thor that basically took over for Odin, like God's son Thor or something like that. Yeah, but Doctor Strange is like on their level, so they just put him in to make the threat level higher. And literally, like, there's a joke in the movie where like Tom is making fun of the fact that like he just beat Doctor Strange in a fucking fight. I understand that the movie is driven by plot, but let me just tell you some of my quarrels with that. I don't know. I'd like to focus on some of these inconsistent scenes. So at the end, the Statue of Liberty thing, Spider-Man calls the night before. He says, "Yo, pull up all y'all villains." Now, for one, why would Spider-Man like even think that would work as a plan? Why would any of them even come? Like, sure, they want the box, but you also have to think about the fact that they know that it's a trap. Like, why would they? They're all like supposed to be super smart scientists, and they fall for such a fucking, I guess it was a brilliant plan. It was a brilliant trap. Trap card activated. But all the villains pulled up. But where the fuck was the news? The news pulled up before without having had known the location. Like, he literally said it. Like, I don't understand why. Why? Once he stopped live streaming, or even once he started live streaming and contacted the news, they would have sent over like helicopters just to get footage of what was happening. Like, that was literally the whole plan of the news, like the entire movie. They were just trying to catch Spider-Man doing some random shit, incriminating or just fucking shit up. And then, by the time that the sun comes up, there's not a single news crew there. Okay, so say that miraculously happened. What about MJ and whatever Spider-Man's friend is named? I forget. But what about those two? You're telling me that they don't know who he is, but they don't think to themselves, why the fuck are we at Liberty Island? Like, how are we going to get back? How do we even get here? Like, why are they? You telling me they just didn't even, like, those two are probably fucking, like, so confused and, like, I'm not going to say traumatized, but that's, like, life-changing. If I woke up on a fucking random island and I have no clue of how I got there, what I'm doing there, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and just pretend that nothing weird is going on. Now, let's talk about Aunt May's death. We all saw it coming, probably. At least once she got hit, you realize, yeah, that's a woman right there, and she just got vehicular manslaughter type shit. But tell me, why is it that she gets up and she's remotely okay, and she's just wandering around like she's not fucking concussed, she's not like throwing up, she doesn't feel like anything's fucking broken, she just thinks she's going to be like perfectly fine, get up and walk away with Peter. And then once he says, I got 3 broken ribs, Aunt May, she fucking lays down. Honestly, the acting was so bad at some points. Like, when they're all fucking group hugging and like fake crying, or when he's fucking like telling Aunt May, get up, Aunt May, what are you doing? What are you doing, May? What? Say something to me, please. Like, is that a joke? You're telling me that a superhero who literally just saved like the entire galaxy last week. That's another thing. It's a week since the last movie. So Infinity War happened relatively close in time. You're telling me the man who just saw like literally half of the world dead doesn't have a grasp of death? Like, he literally just fucking saw someone die like last week, and you're telling me he doesn't have a grasp of death? Next is the constant trope of it being your fault. Like, it's so stupid. Okay, so he's fighting Green Goblin. Green Goblin's pretty much the main villain because he's schizophrenic and he has MPD. Well, so like there's a version of him that's like in his right mind and just trying to fucking be a better person. And then you know how Green Goblin works. There's the evil Green Goblin. Evil Green Goblin comes and he starts beating the shit out of Spider-Man. He literally like throws that man through fucking 7 fucking floors, like legitimate floors. He throws him down 7 fucking flights of stairs type shit. He broke 3 of his ribs. He legitimately broke 3 of that man's ribs. And he ultimately beat the fuck out of him without having had his, gadgets. Like, no gadgets. He beat the fuck out of that nigga barehanded. Like, he was actually still dressed as an old man. He basically, they're just, Spider-Man could not manage to beat a old ass nigga with fucking, like, the peak of superhuman strength. And that was while he had to protect Aunt May. You're telling me that while he needs to protect his aunt, he's weaker, but once he's mad that his aunt got killed, he's just stronger. Now, those of us that are real human beings that live in real life, we understand that's not how life works. I don't know. It's just, this movie was, the whole time I was sitting there like, I really should have just stayed home. I could be smoking a game and watching the entertainment district start. Yeah, that's right, Demon Slayer. You know, the entertainment district arc started, so gotta watch that. Honestly, a 20-minute episode of that would have been like, it's better. It's just better. I would have enjoyed it 10 times more than this bullshit movie. Now, of course, that's an exaggeration. Disney and Sony coming together, of course they're gonna make something that's at least entertaining at points. Like when you think to yourself, how many donuts did they need on the set of this movie? Because MJ works at a donut shop. We see in the homeless shelter, man's is dead ass fucking stealing donuts and stuffing them into his pockets type shit. There's just an infinite number of donuts for them to use. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's just little tiny details that are always nice to look at in Disney movies. So I guess that is a reoccurring theme that you can enjoy. But really, anything that had to do with the main plot, it's just so stupid. It's like, I don't understand. I seriously do not understand what the directors are thinking. There's like one big threat that's like majorly more fucking like, it's just 10 times more potent of a threat. And it's like, that's what you should be focusing on. And then you have a little subplot threat that's like, Tom is dealing with it, but they don't show us Doctor Strange dealing with his part of it for the majority of the movie. They just showed us fucking Tom running around the city doing random bullshit, getting fucked up. I don't know. I can't say it was a complete dog shit movie, but if we're giving it a legitimate review, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, I'd probably have to give it like a 7 out of 10. Maybe even a 6. There was just so much left unanswered. It was almost like, I don't know. Yeah, it was hard to enjoy at times because you're just sitting there thinking to yourself, what the fuck am I watching? And I know that that's probably an unpopular opinion because a lot of people were saying this movie is the greatest Spider-Man film in the MCU. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man good. Here's the last thing I'm going to say. So, senior year is over for them. They're trying to get accepted into MIT. Are you going to tell me that the theme of the next movie will be on a college campus? Why do they keep having Zendaya? Let's look up how old she is. Okay, I looked it up. They're both 25. How long are we going to have 25-year-olds play 18-year-olds? TBH, it was a glorified shake it up. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Disney, you're doing your best, but maybe you ought to resurrect Stan Lee or something. I don't know. Yeah, so overall, 7 out of 10. You could say that you may be better off staying home and waiting for the movie to be released to Disney Plus. You might not have missed out on anything at all if you didn't watch it. Unless you enjoy Disney Apex Legends third-party mashup, WWE SmackDown, like just fucking circle jerk of nonsense, then you'll probably agree with me. Leave a dislike if you disagree. Ha! No dislike button, scrub.